Alright, for the final video in this series, until the installation, maybe, the steps to pressing it out are have the flat plate underneath it with the C-clip out, or snap ring. Press it with a 36-inch or larger, anything that's not bigger than this diameter and not smaller than the diameter of the hub. Press it down until it bottoms out. It'll take a large amount of force, but it'll do some popping and clicking, banging, whatever you want to call it, on its way down. So you'll know when it's moving, you'll know when it's not. It'll pretty much max out the force. You'll be, holding the press, leaning on the lever when it's bottomed out and no longer moving at all. Then, take it out, undo it or whatever, undo everything, flip the thing upside down and check and make sure it is flush or really, really close to flush. Once it's flush, you then want to set that as close to the lip as possible. In this situation, it passes through, the bearing can go in between there, just barely. It was going a lot better earlier, which is interesting. The new bearing goes in there easily anyway. So with those in place and enough room, enough clearance for the bearing to slip through, you then want to press up onto whatever surface is lowest and flattest, closest to flat, or angled, matching the angle of the thing with the plate. It's that brown thing in between the knuckle and the dust shield. It's covered in rust. If your brake caliper bracket happens to be higher, like in this situation, you then want to go between the, do this. Use the two spacers, so the original thing and the tool that you used for removing the bearing race and removing the hub. That makes a good spacer. It's about the same thickness as the plates, typically. You then press it, and it should get to a certain point, and it may do another bang, but it will most likely just start to press through. In this case, as you can see, everything moved after it pressed out, and it dragged along there a little bit, but not really much. That's mostly rust that it carried with it onto it, but it did go into it. It obviously was not that much of a lip, so this all moved once it fell into position. But as you can see, if we hold the camera to the part and aim the light, the distance to the lip is not that much, but it is enough when it's under pressure. You may have to hold the thing as center as you can get it while you manually pump the pump with your finger. Once it's aligned and under pressure, it will go through, and when it does the first couple of pops, you may need to realign everything. It was at an angle similar to that, tilted basically, for the rest of going through, because it was no longer under enough tension to hold the thing straight. That is all.